Scientists at NASA theorize that some 3.5 billion years ago, the world was changed forever. The appearance of tiny organisms with the ability to convert sunlight, warmth, water and minerals into protein, amino acids, carbohydrates and fats marked the beginning of life. Phytoplankton are single-celled plants that are the basis of all other life forms on planet Earth, as they are the vegetation of the ocean. Phytoplankton are responsible for making up to 90% of the Earth's oxygen. Phytoplankton is the food utilized by the world's largest and longest living mammals and fish. Whales eat plankton and live between 80 to 150 years old and maintain great strength and endurance throughout their lives. The question is asked, why should I eat whale food? The elements and electrolytes in plankton are also extremely beneficial for humans. Scientists report that the composition of human plasma is similar to that of seawater. Our bodies contain about 70% water. Our planet contains about 70% water. Yet, we have been trying to get all of our nutrients from the 30% land mass, which has led us to deficiencies in micronutrients and trace elements. Our bodies need these elements from the ocean to perform as nature intended. If we are missing any of these key elements, our human bodies can't function optimally. They lose their inherent homeostatic mechanisms, and disease creeps in. Benefits of phytoplankton in the human body. Phytoplankton contains super-concentrated lipids, fats, to enhance brain function, cardiovascular function and to provide a healthy cell wall. It is clinically shown to reduce cholesterol and stabilize blood sugar levels. It helps increase mental alertness. Phytoplankton relieves pain and inflammation, both inside and outside the body. In fact, we know how quickly phytoplankton nourishes the entire body because external problems such as dandruff, eczema, psoriasis and dermatitis are so quickly healed. Since all external skin conditions are caused by internal toxicity, we know how deeply phytoplankton nourishes and cleanses on a cellular level. One very exciting property of plankton is its ability to help the eyes, and is shown to be more effective than lutein. Another component in the product is astaxanthin, which also is very beneficial for the eyes. There is research on the many internet sites of people being helped with macular degeneration from astaxanthin. To restore health we need to detoxify and then rebuild. This whole food product does both, simultaneously. Phytoplankton supports a healthy liver, the largest internal organ of the body. When our liver is detoxified and strengthened we naturally have a good night's sleep and we also have increased energy during our daytime activities. Doctors usually focus on recommending supplements to people with the intention of assisting the body to obtain the necessary nutrients so that the body could heal itself. But studies now see that instead of supplements, we can get our nutrition from complete whole food products, and that is just what this product is. If it can give all the nutrition a large ocean-living mammal needs for its entire life, it can give that to us humans because we are mammals too. The ingredients in this amazing product are over 200 species of marine phytoplankton, aloe vera, cranberry concentrate, blueberry concentrate, ionic trace minerals, a special blend of seawater and purified water, a unique sea vegetable blend of bladderwrack, spirulina, Irish moss, kelp, ampide products of frankincense, nutmeg, astaxanthin, sea algae, ginger, orange and Mexican sweet lime, Morinda citrifolia, noni juice, mangosteen, same as in Zango juice, rainmaker, for emotional balance, purified water. Watch the video to see the process of making plankton. Marine phytoplankton, making history for mankind. Click here. An integrative medicine clinic in the Dallas area where a world-famous doctor has a remarkable story of his own in regards to phytoplankton. He received his MD, and then went on to be an ophthalmologist, pioneering some of the outpatient surgery and equipment for the LASIK eye surgery. He didn't realize that his surgical mask would not protect him from infections from his patients. So, he got viral encephalitis from one of his patients, and spent 7 years in bed until he was able to heal himself. Afterwards, he began a new way of working as a physician using only natural remedies. He now promotes phytoplankton to every one of his patients. The 4 most important neurochemicals: 1. Dopamine. When deficient, the person can be addictive, obese, and have fatigue. The person is a loner and a procrastinator. Examples are Parkinson's and ADD. 2. Acetylcholine. When deficient, there are problems with language, memory loss and cognitive disorders. The person can be an eccentric perfectionist and is careless. Alzheimer's is an example. 3. GABA. When deficient, it can lead to headaches, high blood pressure, heart palpitations, seizures, and low sex drive. This person can be an unstable drama queen. They can't pay attention and are impulsive. 4. Serotonin. When deficient, the person can have depression, have hormonal imbalances, sleep and eating disorders. The person can be self-absorbed, and they can't easily grasp concepts. Why do you become deficient in neurochemicals? You are using the basic raw building materials in the body faster than you can make them. Everyone who has a chronic disease is depleted in neurochemicals. This is overlooked in most traditional medical practices. Restoring neurochemicals and minerals is like getting the steering wheel, accelerator and brake pedal working and back on the car. To make neurochemicals we need one building block of amino acid and then 8 accessories, vitamins and minerals, to make it work. The majority of the products out there, the supplements, don't have these accessories in it. Therefore, the people aren't gaining benefit from them. Why does phytoplankton work so well? Because it is a complete food, it has everything you need to make neurochemicals and have correct mineral levels. Because of its microscopic size, it can get into the system easily. It takes 3 months to get patients normal again, but you can begin to see effects fairly quickly. If you take regular mineral and vitamin supplements, they are almost never absorbed. If you look at various products that are put out on the market, these work for a few people, but miss the mark on the majority of people. Why does this happen? It is because for those who made use of a particular supplement, it supplied their bodies with what it needed to be well. Other people who took the same product had different needs, which were not supplied in that product. So, it didn't do anything for them. The importance of providing voltage to the cell voltage, as a control mechanism, is mostly overlooked in all of medicine. It's like trying to start your car, if you have no battery or alternator. It won't work and you can't get your car started, so you are not going anywhere. So it is with cells. The voltage to make cells work is -22 MV. If there is not sufficient voltage, the cells can't work. Note, the key element in how doctors works with chronic disease is that they associate disease with a loss of voltage. If you stick an electrode inside a tumor, it will disappear as you restore voltage to it. There are hundreds or thousands of articles on how pain is associated with low pH and low voltage. So, voltage is a very important issue. What are the important ways the body takes in voltage? Normally we could get voltage in good water. But now they put chlorine and fluoride in the water, so it is turned into an acid. This means that it steals voltage from us when we drink it. Raw organic food has voltage in it. We get voltage from standing in the dirt because the earth is a big electromagnet. We can lean up against a tree, hug a person or an animal. Getting out in the sun provides voltage. If we don't do this, we are voltage depleted, which leads to chronic disease. Because of the electrolytes in frequency, we get voltage from drinking it. Does this really work? Dr. Tennant's patient testimonials. I have a patient with Lyme's disease, age 22. He was 6 feet 3 inches and weighed 80 to 90 pounds. He looked like a refugee from Somalia. He couldn't eat or think. Most of his day was taken up by the question, am I going to die today? I was in a catch-22 with him because I couldn't get his gut to work unless I got his neurochemicals to work. But I couldn't get his neurochemicals to work because his gut was not working. He was the first person I give plankton to. Within 10 days, his spark of life came back, he had a twinkle in his eye, he had a sense of humor. Instead of saying, when am I going to die, he talked to my nurse about going out to dinner. It is dramatic when you see that kind of change in that short amount of time. Perhaps you can see the perspective with a product that can bypass the digestive system. A friend of mine in Memphis is an integrative medicine doctor. Her patient had a stage 10 liver disease. This is when the belly starts filling with water, called ascites. So this patient had a huge belly filled with water, which was drained, and then the water came back. Dr. Jennifer said we needed to get her control mechanisms back. The woman was comatose, so she was on nothing but plankton. Within a week all the fluid was out of her belly. Instead of being comatose, she was sitting up complaining about everything. People need to understand that when the body gets sick, it has run out of the building materials it needs to keep itself working in the normal way. When we use pharmaceuticals, we put abnormal chemicals in our bodies. But we haven't solved the problem unless we supply the nutrients and voltage to make the body work. A body without nutrients is out of control. So, even though it wants to heal, it can't because it doesn't have the tools to do so. We need to provide a complete food. Phytoplankton is a complete food. Many of my patients were told by their doctors to go home and die. This product bypasses the liver and the digestive system, so if the patient has a sick liver, they can still make use of this product. The body replaces itself in an amazingly quick way. You only have to provide good building materials during an 8-month period of time and you can have a new body. How does the system go astray? The unhealthy contributions from the food industry and the pharmaceutical industry. 1. The food industry created processed foods by putting chemicals into foods to prevent spoilage. When we eat these foods, we get those chemicals into the body, so the cells won't work. 2. The food industry cooked fats, causing hydrogenated, plastic fats. 3. The food industry created artificial sweeteners. 4. The pharmaceutical industry has given us drugs to suppress symptoms under the guise of health care, which is really disease care. The unhealthy fat concern: if you cook fat for 5 hours at 350 degrees, you get partially hydrogenated fats. This means they are giving you a fat that is one carbon atom away from plastic. When the cell dies and needs to make new cells, and if all it can find are plastic fats, then that new cell is made out of plastic, which doesn't work very well. Eating plastic fats can cause type 2 diabetes and obesity. The body says it is hungry. So the body sends sugar and insulin. If a cell membrane is made of plastic, then glucose and insulin can't get through, so it says again, I'm hungry. Then it sends more sugar and insulin. There is now too much sugar and insulin, but it can't get into the cell. Then the body takes that glucose and stores it in fat cells. When insulin is present, insulin locks fat cells shut so you can't get to the energy. This is type 2 diabetes. Why should someone who is in relatively good health take phytoplankton? The main issue here is that if you are not currently mineral depleted, you soon will be. The produce grown in our country is usually grown with triphosphate fertilizers. The farmers don't put back zinc, magnesium, molybdenum and many other minerals into the soil. So, over time we run out of minerals in our bodies. I have yet to have a single patient that has adequate minerals. Without minerals, you are going to have cells that quit working, so we have to supplement with minerals. Most of these are usually taken in pill form, which are not absorbed. This product contains ionic minerals, in a liquid form, which are very well absorbed and utilized. People often ask how many milligrams of this or that nutrient is in this product. This information is not too relevant in a product that is nearly 100% bioavailable, unlike other supplements where you may only absorb 10% of it. The companies who make these products know about the lack of absorption, and this is why there are such high daily minimum amounts set by the regulating agencies. But, when we are able to absorb nearly 100% of a product, we need much less of it. Please realize that knowing how many milligrams of a substance that is in a product doesn't tell you what it will do. Will it get across the intestines? It depends on the strength of it. It's the power that has been put in nature that feeds the body on a cellular level and gives the body the energy it needs. Once you get the product into the system, what is it doing? At the atomic level, what is an electron? How do electrons work in the body? Every atom gives off specific wavelengths of light, frequencies of light. These are measured with the spectrophotometer. When you find those frequencies of light, you can see what is there. Those same atoms not only give off light, they are absorbed as frequencies. These are measured with the spectrophotometer. When you find those frequencies of light, you can see what is there. Those same atoms not only give off light, they are absorbed as frequencies. If you give these frequencies, the patient becomes stronger. At the atomic level, a molecule can be weak or strong, just as a magnet. Atoms are the same way. Depending on the strength of energy stored in a molecule of calcium or another mineral, it is quite different depending on the energy of it. The energy portion of something that comes in a natural way leads us into energy medicine, like homeopathy. Completion of Dr. Tennant's teachings. When I understand how the body works, I can work with restoring its wholeness. I feel empowered and know I can succeed. The great news is that we have the solution. It is the ocean plankton. I feel a real obligation to share this story with all people and animals. We all know someone who is struggling with his or her health. Plankton is so powerful on a cellular level that we can expect a response from the body almost right away. Dr. Tennant's level of simplicity in just looking at what it takes to make one cell work is brilliant. It is my intention to share these notes that I have compiled from Dr. Tennant's teachings to help you realize why everyone on the planet could benefit from taking ocean plankton daily, for the rest of their lives. You can learn more about marine phytoplankton. Click here, http://www.ycplankton.com/frequency closing square bracket. If you are wanting to explore further, please click here. Disclaimer: the experience shared herein is that of the writer, speaker, and is intended for informational purposes only. The statements contained herein have not been evaluated nor approved by the Food and Drug Administration. Any advice and/or products mentioned should not be used to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Always consult your healthcare professional if you are currently taking medication, pregnant, trying to get pregnant, nursing, or if you have any other health condition before taking any products mentioned or applying any information contained herein. I am an opportunistic woman, happily married, mother of 4 children, and deeply concerned with American health. Coming from a very European background and culture that embraces a completely different attitude toward food and health, I felt obliged to make a difference in our society by educating people about the devastating impact our attitudes towards what we eat will have on our future. When I was a kid, I used to love to watch I Dream of Jeannie. How cool would it be, I used to think, to have my own genie in a bottle? My wishes then would obviously be different than now that I am older and more pragmatic. Today my wishes are health, wealth, and happiness. Those wishes are probably the same 3 that many people would choose if they found their genie in a bottle. Well, I can honestly tell you that, even though I haven't found the genie, I've found the bottle. Even better, I feel like I am a genie with a bottle because I am now helping other people realize their wishes for health, wealth, and happiness. Article source: http://ezinarticles.com/197111